Flosstube, welcome to Creative Whims Studio. I hope you survived the first week of 2020. It was a busy week. We had our pattern release, so we stuffed patterns all week on top of, you know, the normal activities that we have. It was kind of a boring week though. Like, we didn't really do much. It was just kind of a work week. I don't know how to explain it, but it's kind of boring. The best day of the week, of course, was Thursday because Ellery and Easton were here. Kyle came over when he got out of work, but Ryan couldn't make it because he was sick, which bummed me out. I don't like it when my kids are sick. I don't care how old they are. Still my babies. He's doing good now, though. Just one of those sinus things, you know. The weather's been weird. It was so warm yesterday, it felt like spring. And it rained. I woke up last night several times to go to the bathroom because, you know, that's what I do. But it rained and rained and rained and rained. It's still raining. I'll have to, if I remember, to insert a picture of our pond. Normally in the winter, our pond is, because after summer, and it's so dry, the pond goes way, way down. And of course, it doesn't fill up until spring, normally. This year though, I mean, it rained so hard last night, and it's, like I said, it's continuing to rain. The pond is full. So that is a really good sign for us, for our pond anyways, because maybe next year it won't get so empty. But it's supposed to freeze. The temperature is dropping. Today is Saturday, December 11th. And Kevin's gig was canceled for tonight because all of this rain is supposed to freeze and then either turn, there's some places in Michigan where it's going to turn to snow, and then I think our area though is supposed to be just ice. So we're prepared. We have lots of fuel for our generators, and hopefully we don't lose power, but we may. So at least we're prepared for that. I'm hoping my video uploads today before we do lose power, if we lose power. I'm hoping we don't. I'm taking my Christmas stuff down tomorrow. I can't remember why. No, that's bad. It's something to do. Our priest explained it. I know a lot of people take theirs down like once the Epiphany comes, which is, I think it was Monday, the 6th. But I can't remember what it was. There was something going on that signifies in the Catholic Church that Christmas is over. So anyways, I'm taking all of that down tomorrow. It's such a huge job, so it'll probably take me most of the day. And I'll just have movies or Flosstube going all day while I'm buzzing around the house. But I'm going to miss all the lights. I don't turn my Christmas tree lights off. They're LED lights. They're the warm ones, and they don't get hot. They don't, you know, take a lot of electricity. And I have 2 trees upstairs and 1 in the basement. The one in the basement my husband tends to turn off because we're not down there all the time. But the ones upstairs, I never turn them off all through the season. So I'm going to miss the, you know, twinkle lights. I love that. Announcements this week. I did Would You Paint Wednesdays. During the day, though, Wednesday, I did a design with me for Cat Over the Willow. And I want to finish that up. I wanted to do it. I said something about doing it Thursday while the kids were napping. That is funny. I don't know what I was thinking, but, you know, that just doesn't happen. I mean, it does happen, but it didn't happen this past Thursday. So I was going to do it Friday, and then yesterday was so busy. So busy placing orders, and I'm really, really working on getting my model stitchers, getting stuff to them. So that is a huge, 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 huge job because I design it in my program, and then I print it off, and then I pull the colors that it calls for, and they're never right. So then you have to, you know, get the linen out that you want and lay the colors out, and I always have to change them. And I fiddle fart around with that because then I go, oh, this red is too red, this one's too tomatoey red. All the reds need to like work well together, all the greens need to work together, and it all needs to be able to show up on whatever linen I pick out. And yesterday I did one. It's one that you guys might remember. You guys got to vote on 3 different Christmas ones, and the one that won was oh, I can picture it. I can't think of the name of it. Hold on, let me grab it. Jeez. But there were 2 other ones that went with this. Flying lessons. So this one was the one that won. The other one was Belle Snickles, which that has already been charted and stitched and is back to me. That's going to be released in March in Nashville. And then the third one, if you remember, it had a Santa and the reindeer in the center, and then all the little motifs around it, like ornament. There was an angel, all kinds of different cool things around it. I just sent that out to be stitched yesterday. So, but that was that's a big one. A lot of details in it anyways, and I think it's going to turn out to be like an 8x10. It's going to be so cute. I can't wait to see that one done. So anyway, that's what was going on. So I'm hoping later today, if we still have power, I want to finish up the design with me so that you can see the end process of that. And then What You Paintin' Wednesday was awesome. I missed Kristen. It's 2 weeks without having Kristen with me. Actually, the 1 week I canceled it. Yeah, on January 1st I canceled it. And then she couldn't. She was still in Disney this past week. So this coming Wednesday, we'll both be at it. And I'm going to finish up this painting. I'll show you the painting later. I'm going to get that painting finished. I added 2 new sections to my blog. I might have mentioned this already, but just in case. I have a drop-down menu for finishing projects, and then I have recipes on there. So it's a good place to go for, obviously, for recipes that I mentioned here on Flosstube. And then as I finish things, I'm recording myself doing it. Unless it's repetitive, I won't. But anyways, I've got, I think, 3 or 4 of them up there now. I also finished the directions and everything for the Spring Punch Needle Primitive Stitchers magazine. It's such a cute design. I hope you guys love it. But it's a cross stitch. I normally turn in punch needle, but I had a cross stitch that was perfect for the spring issue. So that is in there, and I got all my directions written and photographed, and all that was done this week. Yeah, so I mentioned kitting up or whatever, different designs for my model stitchers. I still have probably 7 or more designs that I designed during Stitch Mania 2019. So my goal, that's why I want to just work on them a little bit each week and keep sending things out. My model stitchers are like, hey, are you going to send me anything? You know, I'm ready if you want to. I'm still getting people contacting me that would like to stitch for me. So I really appreciate that because I have a lot that I need to send out and get stitched. So that's awesome. And then last night I started designing a new sampler, and I'm stoked. Hold on, my furnace is about to turn on. Speaking of my furnace, when I painted What You Paintin' Wednesday, I turned it off so that it wouldn't be so loud, and I forgot to turn it off or turn it back on when I left the studio. So Thursday all day I had the kids, so I wasn't down here. I got down here yesterday, it was 48 degrees in here, and thank God it wasn't like a below zero, you know, couple of days, because my pipes would have froze and broke. I've got to figure this out somehow. I had a sign on my door that said, don't forget, you know, like turn furnace on is what it said. But you know, when it's something that you see every single day, you know, it's hanging on my door, you get to the point where it's just part of the scenery and you don't read it anymore. So it wasn't helping me, and I took it down and thought, well, I'm just going to put it up there when I turn my furnace off. And I didn't. So anyways, I wish you guys could talk to me. So that way at the end of my video, you guys could say, don't forget to turn your furnace on. Questions and answers. Deborah Neely, she said, can you suggest a video of punch needle tutorials? And so what I did is I just referred her to my 2 Punch With Me videos on my Flosstube here, and then told her I had, you know, a tutorial that, you know, it's $37, but you get free patterns, downloadable PDFs that offset the cost of it. So, but other than that, I don't know. I know people do it. So if you went to YouTube and just put in punch needle tutorial, I'm sure you'd find plenty. Sheila Zand, she said, she asked, when are the samplers coming out and where can I get them? I don't have an LNS. All of my samplers, I have 4 samplers. 2 of them have been returned, 2 of them have not. Whatever gets returned in time to be in the Nashville market will be in the Nashville market, which is the first weekend of March. So then your stores will go home and they'll have them, and then I will have them on my Etsy shop a couple weeks later. So since you don't have an LNS, I answered her too, so she already knows, but I will have them in my Etsy shop by the end of March. So if you don't have an LNS, that's where you can purchase them. Beverly Mundorf, she said, have you considered a Mayflower sampler? It's the 400th anniversary of the landing at Plymouth Rock. And I answered her already too, but I told her that it would be too late for me to design something now and actually have it stitched and released. Well, I mean, maybe not. We're in January. It could be something that I release in the fall, I suppose. But I love that idea. I will be doing that. I just don't know if it will be in time for this 400th anniversary. I would like that, but so we'll see. I will definitely do one because I think it's super cool. And it will be really fun to design too. Linda Neal, she said, will you design a patriotic themed sampler? Linda girl, I am doing that as we speak. I started it last night because I love red, white, and blue. I love anything patriotic. I love all of it. As you know, if you're familiar with my work, I love it. So when I design my samplers, I just start with a blank, you know, file, and I tend to design my borders first. I don't know how other people do it, other designers do it, but I got the border all designed and it came out perfect. It's beautiful. Just the border alone. I love it. And then I've got 3 houses on it, and yeah, so thank you. But yeah, you inspired me by just saying that, because I wanted to start on a new sampler anyways, and that's perfect because the other 4 I designed are not red, white, and blue. So okay. Whips. I'm starting a new punch needle. I really wanted to start, have it started punching, but I have it designed, I have it ready to go, but I haven't made the first punch, so I can't show it. And I'm not gonna tell you what it is. You'll have to watch me on Instagram or wait till next week to see what it is. Rug progress, 0. I know, I mean, I want to spend at least an hour a week on it. That doesn't sound unrealistic, does it? But for some reason, it's very difficult. And then that painting. So my work in progress this week is a painting. Hold on. So I did this intuitive floral on Wednesday. I started with a blank, this wood color, and I didn't even have time to put gesso on it before I started on it. But this is how far I got. I wanted a dark background, and that's how it started out. But then I ended up going over it with the white, and I just love the intuitive florals because I love being able to see all the paint strokes and the brush marks and all that. It's far from done, but another hour and a half playing around with color. This coming Wednesday, I shall have this done. So that's my whip this week. And I do have a finish. Well, you know what? I have a previous finish. I want to show you guys the very first hook rug I ever made. My friend Jan and I used to drive down was it, I think it was once a week for, I don't remember how many weeks, for this class on rug hooking. And so I drew this up. This was I did this before I even started doing the rug punching. And she helped me, you know, pull the color wool that I would need. And anyways, I really enjoyed it. It's a lot slower than doing the rug punching. But anyway, I love how it turned out. And I love the look of rug hooking. The strips of wool, and anyways, I think it's really pretty. But it's not, I guess it's not fully finished. I still need to put, I've got the, what is that, binding tape or whatever. And I just need to whip stitch that on the back and it'll be finished. I might even put a piece of wool on the back. So anyway, that's my previous finish. Isn't it cute? I love it. Oopsie. So this is just a little, I don't know, this popped in my head, I might as well say it. So that angel painting I showed you last week that is sold, it's funny because I was telling my husband, we were talking about it after church. We went grocery shopping, and on the way home we were just talking about how we want to decorate the basement and stuff. And I said, man, I did this painting and I really liked it, but a lady really wanted it, and she's my friend and I want her to have it. So I love that it's going to her home. It's going to be beautiful there. And I can always paint something else for myself. And I have these two huge pieces of canvas. Like, I want to say they're 8 foot by 4 foot or something, or 6 by 10. I don't remember. But the angels that I painted last year, the nautical ones, you know, they were really big. Well, originally it was going to be this particular size. So I bought these canvases. They're huge. And then the lady I was painting the angels for, she said, oh, those are going to be too tall. I need them to be shorter, because she bought this chandelier to come down and it would cover part of the painting. So I had to buy different canvases, and I'm thinking, what am I going to do with these huge canvases that I bought originally for the commission paintings? And it's not like you could, I mean, I could return them, but anyways, I decided, well, I'll just use them in my house. My house isn't very big, but the basement, there's lots of wall space in the basement. So I was thinking about painting a huge angel on one of them. But as I was talking with my husband, I goes, listen, I want your input, because I've decorated the whole upstairs. The studio is all my artwork. You know, I want the man to have a voice. A small, no, I'm kidding. No. So anyways, he said, well, I'm glad that, you know, you want my input on it. He says, because I mean, he says, I love your angel paintings, but I just, you know, we already have that upstairs. I want to do something different down here. He said, I haven't really come across anything I like. And he said, because I told him, I said, here's the deal. Whatever you want, I'll paint it. I love a challenge. And we want to do, on the bar side, we want to do like more music type things. And I was thinking like our music artists, but he said, well, I was even thinking just like a guitar, like paintings. Anyways, and then on the other side, he was talking about doing some like having me do some like landscapes that are real, I don't want to say modern at all, but like layers and texture and color, and you know, not realistic looking. So anyways, I'll keep you posted on that. I'm like super excited. So those two huge canvases, I will be painting those. I'll probably record myself painting those, and we may use both of them like side by side as a landscape scene. Ooh, 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 ooh. I can't wait to do that. That will be so fun. I don't know where that came from. I think because I just glanced over at that angel painting. I haven't sent it to her yet because she's been out of town. So, okay. My FFO. I fully finished Stylin Snowman, and I love him. He's so cute. I made a mistake, and I'm not happy with myself about that. What I did wrong is he's not centered on the red velveteen. And that really ticks me off. But you know, hot glue, once you get it on there, you're not taking it off. I recorded myself finishing this and it's on my blog. I'll have a link below where you can go watch this. And originally it was going to be placed, adhered to a frame, but I didn't like how it looked on that frame. So I wandered around my studio and looked at all my books, and I found this book that I thought worked perfectly with this little guy. And you might think, oh, you didn't center it on the book either. So there's blue on this side and there's barely any blue on that side. But I wanted to center it with the words, because instead of centering it like on the book. Does that make sense? But isn't it cute? The Winston readers, and then it's got him, and then it says second reader. I just think it's so cute. Normally I would put a finished piece on the back so there's no words, but I just thought, I don't know, I liked the words on this. So there you go. That's my FFO this week. And then my haul. I will be inserting pictures of my light. I love my light. Let me look real quick on my Amazon account and tell you what light I bought, because I don't remember the name of it. I'm excited. This light, the magnification is really strong on it. And right here. It is a Bright Tech Light View Pro LED magnifying glass floor lamp. So let me just show you if that will even work. There you go. So that's what it looks like. I guess I won't have to take a picture of it now and show you. But it's got the cover. You can see that it opens at the top. So it will cover the magnifier so that I don't burn my house down if the sun happens to hit it. Now what's going to happen is it's probably not going to focus on me, is it? Come on now. Hi. There we go. That's my haul, y'all. That's it. Oh, an announcement I forgot. I have a handful of bear calendars sent to me. What happened was every year I do this. I forgot to save a calendar for one of my friends. So I contacted the company, because a lot of times it's sold out. Like, they show on their website it's sold out, but I'll call them. I mean, I work with them, so I get a hold of them and I say, do you happen to have a few laying around somewhere maybe? And they usually can scrape up a couple. I've had to do that probably 3 years in a row now, because I'm an idiot. When they come in, I need to have a list of the people I give them to, and I need to pull those out of my order and then post them for sale. But it never fails. I always forget. So they said that they had found some, so they sent me 2, and that was perfect, because I sent 1 for Renee, and then what else was it? For somebody else, I don't know. Then it dawned on me, I didn't save one for my studio. I had one at the house, but down here, I don't even have a calendar. I'm like, this is stupid. So they ended up contacting me and said, hey, we found we found like 27 more. Do you want more? I'm like, I'll take 10. Because I'm still having people email me, oh my gosh, I forgot to get my calendar, and I've been collecting them for, you know, the past whatever years. So I just wanted to let you know, if you haven't got your calendar and you're freaking out, I have 4 of them. I just listed them today on Etsy. You better hurry though, because they always go quick. And then when that's done, we're done. I'm done. Okay. Weekly Whims. I have a few Weekly Whims. I bought this apple cider vinegar book, and it was a Facebook ad, and it was a free book, but you have to pay for shipping, and shipping was like $9.99 or something, which, you know, it didn't cost that much to ship it, so you're basically paying for the book, but for 10 bucks you get this nice book. And I used to I don't know, I go through these phases where I'll do something that's really good for me, and then I don't know, I don't do it for a few days, and so then I just quit doing it altogether, and then I forget about it. I used to do the apple cider vinegar with lemon every single morning, like when I first got up. It's best to do it on an empty stomach. because I know it's good for a lot of different things. I think I might have even talked about it on here before. But anyways, I was reading through this, and there's 81, it tells you 81 different things that it does for you. I'm telling you what, it's just good stuff. And I've heard soaking your feet in it every night helps pull toxins from your body, so that's really cool. But the one that I was really interested in was it helps to lower blood pressure. So Monday, or maybe even today, I forgot to do it this morning because see, I'm doing the intermittent fasting where I don't eat anything until noon and I don't eat anything after 7 at night. So for the blood pressure remedy though, it talks about doing it 3 times a day. So I'd have to do it like at noon, 4 and then 8 or something like that. But I want to try it because I want off my blood pressure medicine. That is my goal for 2020. I want off that stuff. I don't want to be on any pills, and I don't take pain medicine. I don't take ibuprofen. I don't get headaches. I mean, if I stay hydrated, I'm good to go. So I'm very blessed. I don't have any ailments other than BP, and I'm gonna get off that medicine. You just watch me. Crab stuffed mushrooms. Oh, last Sunday. So sometimes on Sunday, Kevin and I like to just make a bunch of hors d'oeuvres and just munch instead of having like a big meal. He found this recipe, and I'm going to put it on my website for crab stuffed mushrooms. And if you don't like mushrooms and you like hot stuff, put it in sliced jalapenos, take the seeds out and put it in there, because we had more stuffing than we had mushrooms, and I was making bacon wrapped cream cheese filled bacon wrapped jalapenos. And so we put some in the jalapenos and bacon wrapped them. Gosh, I'm telling you what, I could eat that every day. And then another thing he made, which I don't even think it's on here. It is not on here, but I'm mentioning it anyways, is I'm going to put this recipe for quesadillas on my website. Kevin made chicken quesadillas Monday because I was so busy. I said, hon, can you please make dinner? And he did. But we didn't eat till 8 o'clock at night because the silly man, for whatever reason, I asked him to make dinner to help me out, and this was like at 5:30. He comes down here at 6 o'clock and starts working on the other side of the studio, and I'm thinking, whatever, I'm not gonna worry about it. He said he would do it. Maybe he has something in the oven. So then he comes in here, and I'm like, you got dinner in the oven? And he's like, no, I'm gonna make quesadillas. I gotta look up a recipe. And I'm like, okay. Well, he goes up there. So I get done with work. I go up there at like 6:30, 6:45, and he hasn't even started them. He's still looking online for a recipe, and I'm thinking, well, I'm here now, I can just cook. And a lot of times, y'all, I'll throw stuff together, especially when it comes to like quesadillas or something. I mean, it's cook the chicken first, you chop it up, some cilantro, some hot sauce, some cheese, you know what I mean? Put it in between 2 flour tortillas, bake it till it's crunchy, and then slather it with sour cream. That's what I would have done. But he's so funny, he's got to have a recipe. So by the time he did all this stuff, it was 8 o'clock at night. But you know what? God bless him. He made dinner, and I was very happy, and it was so delicious. Too funny. Another weekly whim, which is actually now a lifetime whim, or as long as my phone lasts. Where did my phone go? Right here. It's called Pop Socket for the back of your phone. My mom had one. Everyone seems to have them, and I finally caved and got one. One of the reasons I didn't get one is I couldn't find a design I liked, and the back of my phone, I need a new cover. But anyway, can you see it? It's avocados, guys. Isn't it cute? But these things, I'm like, why did I wait? Why did I wait so long to get one of these? Because you put your hand on it like this. So if you're recording or you're trying to take a selfie with the grandkids, you know, because that's what we do as grandmas, you don't drop your phone. I mean, it's awesome. And also what it does, it's a little easel. When you want to watch, like if you're in the kitchen and you're cooking and you got Flosstube playing, or you're whatever. I would actually have it on the TV if I was in my kitchen. But you can prop your phone up with it. It's like a little stand for it. So if you don't have one of those and you've been thinking about it or you've never seen it or whatever, I say get one. They're super cheap and they're super cute. They come in all different patterns. And that's why they call it pop socket. So it pops out and then you push it in. You don't have to have it out. It's not going to catch on things if you still want to put it in your pocket or your purse or something. I absolutely love that. I mean, the person that made that is probably a millionaire. What the heck? Why didn't we think of that, people? Another weekly whim. It's actually a yearly whim. I get pineapple upside down cake once a year from my amazing friend Renee. Thank you, Renee. She lives in West Virginia with her parents now. She's there taking care of them, and she still made me my birthday cake and had someone bring it back and drop it off at my house. That's how awesome how awesome my friends are. I'm so very blessed. And it was absolutely delicious. Oh, I can't say enough about how good pineapple upside down cake is. And then, this is for all you grandparents out there. Okay, you know how I've told you that, I almost said Athena. Athena loves Baba Black Sheep. Ellery loves Baba Black Sheep. And I had on my sheep shirt this week when she was over, and she just loves that. And I'm getting her one of those shirts. I just keep forgetting to do it. Anywho, she always looks at Alexa and says, Baba, Baba, and point, Baba. So cute. So I play it like over and over and over. And so I decided to see if this Lisa Lowe had any other songs. So I said, Alexa, play nursery rhymes by Lisa Lowe. She played for like a half an hour, all different kinds of nursery rhymes. And I was singing along with the ones I knew. I didn't know them all. There were some that were, you know, like I hadn't heard since I was a kid. It was awesome. And then she did not just that, but like Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. And so she'll do like little tongue-tied things. And some of them she just kind of reads instead of sings. But it's a nice mix. So if you are a grandparent and you want your little kiddos to know nursery rhymes because you're like me and you don't know them all, play that. I enjoyed it, I think, as much or more than she did. That's my weekly whims. It's giveaway times, guys. Giveaway times. It's giveaway time. Last week, the question was, what can you do today to become the person you want to become? And the keyword was today. And whoever wins gets to pick one of my brand new patterns. So if you don't know what those are, you'll have to go watch my last video, 2 videos ago. The last video was a design with me. The one before that shows all my January releases. I'm going to insert the YouTube random comment picker here. All right, let's see who's the winner this week. The winner gets to pick one of my new patterns. The winner is Deborah from Maryland. She said, I want to work more consistently in my studio, which is currently a disaster area, so I will spend today organizing my space and giving it a good clean. Well, that is awesome, and I can totally relate because my place looks like a bomb went off in here. Congratulations, Deborah. Thank you for participating, everybody, and we'll get back to our program. Congratulations, Deborah from Maryland. If you could please email your mailing address to this email right here, teresakoga3@gmail.com. I will get that, whatever one you want, in the mail to you ASAP. This week, we are doing from the angel deck. Remember, I started to do that. So that will just, because I never have a question ready, so this way I can base my question off whatever is on the angel card. So here's this week's angel card. Isn't she cute? And it says on the back, let go and let God. He's had a plan for you all along. Okay, so it's not an easy thing to do, to let go and let God. But, you know, we can drive ourselves crazy trying to control everything and try to change things that we have no control over, or worrying about things we have no control over. So I tell myself that a lot, let go and let God. So, and I don't even know if you know, but all the things on the back of these cards were things that I wrote, or, you know, they wanted me to put all the verses on the back of the card, basically. I mean, so why am I telling you that? That doesn't really matter. But anyways, let go and let God. is something that I do say to myself, because we have to trust that he has a better plan. There's a better way. Our way is not always right or the best for us, and we just don't know it. We think we are in control, and we think we know what's best. So my question for you is this: do you find it easy to let go and let God, or is that a struggle for you? All I want you to do, your keyword is let God is going to be your keyword. So you can say, it's easy for me to let go and let God. It is hard for me to let go and let God. Whatever works for you. So that's it for that. Then we're moving on to our last part, which is Chinese fortune teller. Sorry guys, I had to put these back so I don't get them all mixed up. Chinese fortune teller, Julie R. Stitches. She chose purple 6-3. So let's do purple 6-3. P-U-R-P-L-E 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 3 is, did you know? Let me go find something and I'll get back with you. I found something fun from Cross Stitch Academy. 7 facts about the history of cross stitching. Number 1, traces of cross stitch have been found on cloth fragments dating all the way back to the 6th century. It says not only did cross stitch exist long before the Middle Ages, but traces have been found in China, in India, well before it even arrived to Europe. One of the earliest samplers, which has been discovered in Egypt, dates from the 6th century. Traces of needlework with half stitches were found on pieces of cloth dating to 3000, 5000 BC. Wow, that's crazy. Number 2, cross-stitching has always been a global phenomenon. Cross-stitching spread around the world the way anything else did, by commerce routes, migrations, invasions, etc. It is one of those hobbies that once discovered and learned would be incorporated into the tradition and culture from that place, or of that place. From China, India, and Egypt, all the way to the Mediterranean, Spain, and then Northern Europe. It's a hobby that traveled the world. Number 3, it crossed social class boundaries throughout history. While cross-stitching was mainly practiced in rural areas at first, with time, it integrated the culture of the wealthy and upper class during the Middle Ages. Having cross-stitch ornaments at home at the time became a sign of wealth, nobility, and social status. Even Catherine of Aragon used to stitch into the king's shirts herself. Number 4, pattern books have been around for longer than you'd think. In this day and age, we have the ability to get whatever pattern we want in a few minutes. Pattern books have been around since at least the 17th century and consisted of black dots on the page. The choice of colors was left to the stitcher. Number 5, samplers were also used in the education of young women. And you probably already know that because Kitten Stitcher, Teresa Vanette, she has schooled us all on samplers, and I love it. Historically, young girls and women were taught how to cross stitch and do needlework. In a 2 birds with 1 stone way, the samplers they were given often contain moral values and biblical verses. Number 6, modern day cross-stitching emerged in the U.S. in the 1960s. With women not joining the workforce, they had to find a hobby after finishing their daily chores. Did they ever finish their daily chores? Wow. Those women were on it. With the industrial age and mass production of patterns, the choice and availability of designs largely increased. Number 7, cross-stitching is getting its comeback. Whoop, whoop. A lot of people still believe needlework and embroidery to be their grandmother's old hobby. However, cross-stitch is having a comeback among the younger age range. With sites like Pinterest emerging, the interest in home craft has increased, and with it, the reintroduction of cross-stitching. And I so believe Flosstube has been a huge driving force in the emerging of cross-stitch again. Because I hear comments, I read comments on other people's Flosstubes, on my own Flosstube, that people, I'm getting back into cross-stitch. Back in, let's say in the 60s, 70s, 80s, you know, people were busy raising their, you know, kids or whatever, and they didn't have time for it, so they, you know, might have been a hobby for them, and then they put it away. Well, now their kids are grown and out the door, and they have a little more free time on their hands, and they're back into cross stitching. So it's super cool. And I know Flosstube has helped my business grow tremendously. Not just, and it's funny, even though I'm not a cross stitcher, I just design the cross stitch and have them stitched by my amazing model stitchers. My sales have like skyrocketed, and as well as my punch needle. And I think more people are getting into punch needle because of me showing it, Liz Matthews, you know, there's a lot of people that still do punch needle and are featuring that in their Flosstube videos as well. So it just makes my heart happy. I think it's really exciting that it's, you know, making this comeback, and hopefully now it never leaves again, you know, with people being able to download PDFs, and it's just awesome. It just makes it easier for people overseas. And I don't have all my patterns available on Etsy as PDFs, but I have a lot of them on there. That way I still have mixed feelings, and that's why I don't have them all as PDFs. But, you know, folks that live overseas, sometimes they'll just email me or contact me through Etsy, and, you know, I'll make a special listing for them or something, because, you know, the shipping overseas is really expensive. So anyways, I just wanted to say thank you everyone for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me today. And I hope you get lots of stitching done this week, and don't forget, create every day. Bye now.